Liverpool in contact with corner-taking Menace to replace Van Dijk. Liverpool are currently facing the daunting challenge of finding a replacement for Virgil van Dijk. The 33-year-old has yet to sign a new contract with the club and is set to leave at the end of the season unless an agreement is reached. A contract extension seemed like a mere formality before Christmas, but discussions appear to have stalled in recent months. As a result, Paris Saint-Germain have approached the Dutch defender with a lucrative offer, while there is also interest from Saudi Arabia. Even if Liverpool managed to secure Van Dijk's signature on a new deal, his advancing age means the club must start considering long-term successors regardless. One potential option to replace Van Dijk could be Jorel Hato, who could learn from the experienced Dutchman for a year or two before stepping into the role himself. However, Liverpool are also carefully assessing a variety of other candidates, with one name in particular standing out: Nico Schlotterbeck. Borussia Dortmund eager to secure Schlotterbeck's future. The 25-year-old left-sided centre-back has been one of the few bright spots in a disappointing Bundesliga campaign for Borussia Dortmund. Schlotterbeck has made 23 appearances for the German side, contributing 4 assists, and has been a regular in their Champions League campaign as well. During a recent Bundesliga match against Mainz, Schlotterbeck even took on the role of emergency corner taker, despite having never taken a corner in the Bundesliga prior to that match. He explained his approach afterward, saying, "The head coach mentioned that Holger Badstuber once took corners for Bayern Munich despite being a central defender. The corners I practiced in training worked well, so I just gave it a go." As interest in the former Freiburg player continues to grow, Borussia Dortmund is keen to secure his future with the club. Their sporting director, Sebastian Kehl, recently discussed the situation with Bild, saying, "We've known each other for a long time. We respect each other, and there's a lot of trust. Nico knows that. We'll discuss everything else internally." Liverpool makes contact with Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck's current contract with Dortmund runs until 2020, and the club is hopeful that he will agree to a new deal that could see his salary rise from $5 million to $10 million per year. However, Bild also reports that Liverpool is one of the clubs that has initiated discussions with the player regarding a potential move in the summer. The German publication states, "It's no surprise that top clubs like Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle United, Real Madrid, and FC Barcelona have shown interest in Schlotterbeck." Liverpool's interest in Schlotterbeck dates back to the winter transfer window, when he was identified as an ideal candidate to potentially replace Van Dijk. With Dortmund facing financial uncertainty due to the possibility of missing out on Champions League football, this summer could be the perfect time for Liverpool to negotiate a deal for the defender. Key contract situations and the summer ahead for Liverpool. Liverpool is heading into a critical summer, with several key players facing contract uncertainty. Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold are all set to become free agents by the end of June, and the club is under pressure to resolve their futures. While the Reds would ideally want to keep all 3, negotiations are ongoing, with each player's contract length and salary demands proving to be sticking points. Beyond these high-profile situations, Liverpool could also see departures in the form of Ibrahima Konate, Karim Hin-Kelleher, Jarell Quansah, Joe Gomez, Wataru Endo, Darwin Núñez, and Luis Diaz, all of whom have drawn interest from other clubs. Their potential exits could create a ripple effect, influencing Liverpool's summer transfer strategy. Liverpool is also in the market for new signings. The club has expressed interest in Alexander Isak, but securing a deal with Newcastle United will require significant negotiation. Additionally, Bournemouth's Milos Kerkez is on Liverpool's radar, but his price tag could make a move difficult to finalize. While Liverpool's transfer situation is far from settled, one piece of business has already been concluded. Wolves midfielder João Gomes has signed a new 5-year contract with his current club, quashing any rumors of a potential move this summer. Although Liverpool had shown interest in Gomes, it now appears that he will not be on the move during this transfer window. However, Liverpool will continue to monitor him for potential future moves and changes behind the scenes at Liverpool. Liverpool underwent significant changes behind the scenes last summer, with the departure of long-serving manager Jurgen Klopp and several first-team staff members. Among those leaving was goalkeeping coach John Achter, Atletico Madrid, closing in on Tottenham's Christian Romero, a deep dive into his potential move. Atletico Madrid's pursuit of Tottenham Hotspur's centre-back Cristian Romero is gathering momentum, with recent reports suggesting that a transfer could be on the horizon. However, the transfer fee involved might not be as substantial as one might expect, considering Romero's stature. Romero, 26, has been a regular fixture in Tottenham's starting lineup, but his season has been marked by struggles, including injuries and inconsistent form. While many Spurs players have underperformed, Romero's future appears more uncertain than most, and there is growing speculation that his time in North London could be coming to an end sooner rather than later. One of the clubs reportedly eyeing the Argentine defender is La Liga giants Real Madrid, who are on the lookout for a new centre-back at the end of the season. However, Real Madrid also has other targets in mind, with Spain international Dean Huijsen of Bournemouth being one of the leading alternatives. Unlike Romero, Huijsen has enjoyed an impressive season, and at just 19 years old, he is 7 years younger than the Tottenham man. With the door now seemingly open for Atletico Madrid to swoop in, Romero's style of play appears to be an ideal fit for Diego Simeone's tactics. Both the Argentine coach and defender share an aggressive, fiery temperament that could mesh perfectly with the high-intensity, combative style Simeone has cultivated at Atletico. As a result, the possibility of Romero moving to the Spanish capital is becoming increasingly likely. Atletico Madrid's pursuit of Romero. According to AS reporter Edu Burgos, the deal for Romero to join Atletico Madrid is progressing quickly. Taking to social media platform X, formerly Twitter, Burgos revealed that agreeing on personal terms between the player and Atletico would not be an issue. The primary obstacle, however, remains the negotiations between Atletico Madrid and Tottenham. While the player is said to be eager to live in Madrid, securing an agreement between the two clubs is where the complexity lies. Burgos noted, Atletico Madrid is accelerating their pursuit of Cuti Romero. Simeone's top priority ahead of the Club World Cup is to bring in the defender. There are no issues with personal terms. The challenge is negotiating with Tottenham. Romero is keen on the idea of living in Madrid. Tottenham's willingness to sell Romero. As reported by Football Insider, Tottenham and chairman Daniel Levy could be willing to let go of Romero if an offer of £50 million materializes. While this amount may seem significant to some, it is actually about half of the price Levy had originally placed on the player. The reasoning behind the reduced price tag, according to Football Insider, is twofold: Romero's injury struggles and his subpar form this season. While the Argentine has the potential to be one of the best defenders in the Premier League, his recent performances have not lived up to expectations, which could force Tottenham's hand in lowering their asking price. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano recently weighed in on the situation, confirming that while it is possible for Romero to leave in the summer, Tottenham will only entertain an offer that meets their demands. Romano added that Levy, known for his tough negotiating tactics, will not be easily swayed into accepting an unsatisfactory deal. Romano explained, "It's a possibility, but it's not a guarantee. It all depends on Daniel Levy, who is known for his strength in negotiations. So, while it's possible, Spurs will only accept an offer that meets their financial demands." Atletico Madrid's tactical fit for Romero. Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid side is known for its physicality, intensity, and defensive solidity, all qualities that align perfectly with Romero's style of play. The Argentine center-back has earned a reputation for his aggressive approach to defending, often throwing himself into tackles and using his physical presence to dominate opponents. This no-nonsense style of defending is exactly what Simeone values in his players. Atletico Madrid, who have long been one of the most defensively organized teams in Europe, could benefit from Romero's strengths. With key defensive figures like Felipe and Savic aging, the addition of a player like Romero would significantly bolster Atletico's backline. Additionally, the presence of a dynamic and combative player like Romero could help maintain the high defensive standards that Simeone demands from his players. Arsenal's pursuit of Nico Williams. A potential £48.5 million move. In other transfer news, Arsenal is also in the market for reinforcements, particularly in the forward areas. Mikel Arteta's side is keen to revamp their attack in the upcoming summer window, with positions such as left wing and striker being top priorities. One player who has been consistently